if I may also, take the liberty to use Ethiopia as an example, sitting here and thinking of Ethiopia, you just wonder, what exactly is it that Ethiopia doesn't have to be not only a rich country, but even a strong country? What? People. There are many educated Ethiopians. There is a big population, so this country does not even need anybody else's market. And it's a huge market there. So much natural resources, especially so much natural clean water. This country can feed the world. Little Ukraine is feeding the world with wheat, or at least they believe they do. Imagine what Ethiopia can do. And then this continuous cycle of drought. Isn't it an ancient state? Isn't it an ancient state that has lived through droughts, wars, and others? What other lesson does this country need? It all boils down to a completely poor, undeserved leadership that this country successively has been getting until this point. And this is what is killing this country. Not only is it killing this country, but this country has also become a problem for everybody in the region. So we have a Horn of Africa region that is being constantly put under turmoil. And one of the main drivers of this turmoil in this region is Ethiopia. For what reason is that happening? Which country, tell me, which country around Ethiopia is a threat to Ethiopia? None. So this is what people have to learn. If we need to stand up to anybody else in order to preserve this country, if you need to do things differently in order to make sure that the wealth of the country is inward looking, then there has to be some real shift in terms of thinking. You don't need to go very far for good examples. You don't need to go very far for what it is like to struggle to stand on your own feet, to feed your own self without having to beg from your neighbor all the time or from somebody else all the time. That pride, that sense of achievement. Eritreans are not rich people. We're not rich. We're poor people. We suffer a lot. We went through very, very difficult period, not only during the Liberation War, but even after independence. Some now turn the table around and they say, you see, you have not even been able to achieve anything as Eritreans. Of course, the ones who accuse us of doing that are the very ones who have plotted to make sure that we don't get up, that we have no economy, that we have no strength as a nation, and that we are totally disorganized. So this is what happens. So that resilience is important. The resilience in the mind, especially of the leadership. There is a huge budding young population in Ethiopia that can be transformed into such a productive force. Time is being lost on young people. Opportunities are being lost for people. And this country, we have these, interesting things that we hear every now and then, especially around the Adwa battle celebration. Yes, there was a great battle. And then you hear this OAU thing. Yeah, we are the beacon of Africa. We do it. But then in the end of the day, none of that trickles down to make that Ethiopian on the street a resilient person. It's a wasted opportunity for everybody. It's a wasted opportunity. Yes, we have issues of poverty. We have already found ourselves in a big debt for many, many years to come. Yes, all that. No, but leadership has to draw the line. You just has to draw the line. So these are the lessons that really could be learned from Eritrea. Not all of Eritrea's traveled road may be the best example or the best lesson for everybody, because the situations vary from country to country. But that doesn't mean that no learning can be done. We are just neighbors, just one tiny little border between us, and then we are people here. We talk. Mahlet, you're a young person. I was born and raised in Ethiopia. I'm even more Ethiopian than you are. I mean, I even feel more, connected to Ethiopia in that sense than anybody else. But this is where we keep failing as a continent. None of them are learning. All of them are going behind the other to undo, beat the other to get more money here that's going to be stolen in the end of the day. Why does money need to be stolen? Why? Well, why are government officials, living in a kind of life that requires a lot of continuous income, and so therefore they go into all kinds of corruption, and they still, remain as leaders as that without any consequence. I mean, Ethiopia again is another very good example. The TPLF government literally drained the country of every single bit of money it had. These guys walked away. They walked away, and they still now even there to administer the region. They're making noise that this is. I know this is just too much. Just too much, and this is happening everywhere. So deep lessons to be learned, but more conversations to also be had. I hope you, as you continue to progress in this program, you'll also be able to host panels, one from Somalia, one from Eritrea, one from Ethiopia, one from Sudan. Together, we need to discuss our issues together.
Exactly. Thank you very much, Ato Girmay. Really, that question so resonated with me. What Ethiopia don't have, even the mistakes, the war, everything there is. It's everything. I mean, aside the resources, there is everything there for Ethiopia to pick, dust it off, lesson taken, and go forward. But then again, and that brought tears to my eyes. And thank you for sharing. It's really important. Yeah. And I was also born in Eritrea, but as a very child, and my parents in a very beautiful port city in Assab, and I have very little memory. But I never felt that I did not belong to Eritrea up until leaving Eritrea because of that war. Very interesting discussion. Thank you. And I'm very, very happy that I feel really blessed. And I really want every other African people to listen to this.